What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all on Analysis Playground on YouTube. We're going to talk about the best small forward. We're going to look at the greatest small forward of all time, LeBron Ramon James. I've been knowing LeBron for some years. He is the greatest small forward ever, passing Dr. J, passing Larry Bird, who I love as a Celtics fan. And he's still getting it done. 29 points per game last year, getting the rebounds, getting the assists, still staying efficient, getting ready to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as an all-time leading scorer in points. And he is a guy that has averaged over 27 points per game as a career. So he has been great defensively, not as of late. He has been lackluster defensively, hasn't been as dominant offensively, but this is an older LeBron, still one of the best players, top 10 player in the league, and top this position very easily, like he has done for almost 20 years. And it looks like one of the first people to top the position for 20 years straight. And it has only debate really was Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard at one point, who have both really fell far from where they used to be, just like LeBron, but he's older than them, so it makes more sense. Number two, I'm going to have Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Rickety Tickety Butler got the Miami Heat to the Eastern Conference Finals, which he has done twice, one time making it to the finals, losing to LeBron James, who was finals MVP that year, and also just lost to Tatum and Brown and the Celtics. But Jimmy Butler picks it up in the playoff time, and that's when it matters most. Got paid that money, went to Miami, finally found the home, and has been one of the elite players in this league. Multiple All NBA teams, multiple All Star teams for multiple years in Miami. Really making an argument to being top 100 player all time. Didn't make the top 75 list, but definitely would make the top 100 just because of his defense, his playmaking, and his ability to score when needed. Not a forceful person, a passive, assertive person, a guy that really understands how to make guys better, like LeBron. Just not as great offensively because he just has more of a make sure guys eating first, and I take over and carry us when it's needed. He can go for 30 and 40 and 50 whenever he wants to. He just chooses not to, only averaging 21, 22 points per game the last couple years, and he can do more in the playoffs than he usually does, so I have to factor that in. Number three, Demar Derozan. Didn't really have the playoff performance that you would expect, but he is a little older, and he was playing the three for the first time. Did an excellent job getting up to assists, carrying the Bulls to a top six seed in the Eastern Conference, which a lot of people didn't even know if they'd be a playoff team. It was a debate for the whole summer. Is the Bulls worth it? Did they make the right decision? Will he regret it? Well, he needed more All NBA teams. He needed more All Star teams so he can be top 100 conversation, and he was able to achieve that this year, getting back into the All Star picture, getting back on the All NBA team, solidifying himself as a Hall of Famer with the season that he had last year. And he's already off to that season this year again, going for 25 to 30 basically every game, even reaching a 20,000 milestone point ladder, which helps his argument in the top 100 argument if he wants to make that list, which he should at this point. He's definitely a Hall of Famer, but if he can have 3, 4 more All NBA performances, whether it's 1, 2, or 3, and a couple more All Star games, that just help his argument as a top 100 player all time. And I think that he should be in that conversation. Number four, KD. He scored more points, but he just didn't have the effort, the care that he normally does. We know that KD can score. LeBron averaged more points. Some of these guys was able to average around the same amount of points, but they was able to fill up the stat sheet in other areas, and that matters too. And they defended more, and they cared more, and they played more games too, and that factor. And you gotta look at it. Some of these guys had significantly better records outside of LeBron. Jimmy Butler led them to the best team in the Eastern Conference. DeMar DeRozan led them to a 6 seed in the Eastern Conference, which is the same conference as Kevin Durant. So I think Kevin Durant definitely drops down a whole ladder of points. A whole ladder of points for him being high on this list to fourth, but that's still top five. That's still top four. Number five, I got Andrew Wiggins just because he was an all-star. That matters. Being able to play defense, being able to score, even if it's marginally matters. It really was helped by Klay Thompson missing a significant amount of time. I don't think Andrew Wiggins will be a perennial all-star, but to me, making one is better than none. And the fact that he really did earn it and really did deserve it. Kawhi Leonard did miss time other guys missed time. Guys, he really did earn his spot, but I don't see Wiggins as a perennial all-star. But, I didn't see him making the all-star game based off what was going on in Minnesota and what happened the first 2 seasons in Golden State. But he ended up getting there, and he ended up becoming a champion, and he still was able to get his points, and he was able to show that he can be a better three-point shooter and a great team player, something that was missing in Minnesota. He changed his personality, his thoughts, how he plays the game completely in Golden State. They're a culture changer team and organization and franchise, and Andrew Wiggins is a product of that, and he benefited from that not only financially but winning a championship and being an All-Star at the same time. Wiggins was one of the biggest winners of the 2022-2021 season. Mikal Bridges, I got him sixth. I think that he deserves it. He was the best perimeter defender outside of Marcus Smart to me, honestly, and he can still score. His defense was just that good that he should be higher on this list. Plus, he can still get points. He still is efficient, still is a great three-point shooter, solid mid-range scorer, great transition player. But his defense does make that much of a difference to me that he should be on this list. Number eight, number seven, I got Khris Middleton. I think he deserves it. He's been a 25-5 guy his entire career for the most part, and he continues to prove that each and every season. And he was an All-Star too. Again, he's getting ready to prove that he might be a Hall of Famer if he can keep it up just a little bit more. He missed basically the entire season and preseason so far, but if he can pick up where he left off after a couple games, he should be back in the All-Star conversation. If he make a couple more and a couple more All-NBA third teams, you can look at him as a first ballot Hall of Famer if he can do those things. We don't know yet if he can. Number eight will be Tobias Harris. I know sometimes he plays a three, sometimes he plays a four, but he's primarily a three. Big body, can score, disappears in the playoffs, but the regular season counts too. Jermai Grant, I got him at number nine. Didn't really have the season that he wanted, but by default, he still is a solid defender, still can score. Had a better season his first year in Detroit than he did his second year. Cade really was able to carry that team. He missed a lot of games, unfortunately for him, but still made the best out of it in Detroit. In an ugly situation, the team was just as bad. They just had to get rid of him. Only reason why he's on this list is because going into this season, I expect him to have a better year in Portland than what he had in Detroit because they have more space and they have more shooting. They have guys that can make his job easier. All he has to do is cut, finish, get out in transition, hit a couple shots, which he showed he can do in Detroit and in Denver, and that's all he really has to do. So I like what I see out of Jermai Grant. I think he's going to be a solid starter for them. He's better than Covington. He's better than every other small forward that they had around Dame. Defensively and offensively, he showed that he can do more than the other guys too. We'll just see if him and Dame can stay healthy and if he's really worth, in the end, his contract ain't that terrible. He's worth the money that he's getting paid. You just probably think he should have had a better shot of just staying in Denver because he didn't make an all-star team or really nothing out of it besides, being on worse teams and being on the playoff team and just having a lesser role than what he would have in Portland and in Detroit, but the pay would have been the same. And then O.G Anunuboy, I think he's still one of the best defenders in the league. I still think he's a solid 3-and-D guy. I love what I see out of him. Each and every time he plays, he competes, he fights, he does what he has to do. Starting to lose a little bit of favoritism because of Scotty Barnes, but he just has the NBA preparation and the NBA know-how because he played in the league a little longer, and that's a big difference. Other than that, Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis, signing out on Analysis Playground. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of y'all day. Happy Halloween. By the way, I'm going to come to y'all with another video. It's going to be about the Minnesota Timberwolves versus San Antonio. That's going to be an instant analysis as soon as the game is over. It's about an evening game. I'm going to drop that. So look forward to that. I also got the top 10 power forwards and centers. Already did point guards and shooting guard, this small forward. So those are the last two lists that also will be up today too. So look forward to that. A lot of content trying to catch y'all up to what I've been thinking. I've been writing. I've been, getting ready to put out more videos for y'all. Like I said, expect daily uploads. A lot, I usually drop a lot of content. You don't make 2,000 videos without putting them out frequently. So expect more content. expect more traffic the next couple months. The rundown rookie analysis is already out. Rookie analysis will be out at the end of the month like it usually is, and you'll see who I think is a rookie of the month for October. Other than that, Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, sign out on Analysis Playground. See you guys later.